The biggest concern with cardio is that you're going to lose strength. We all know how difficult it is to get one freaking extra kilo on your squat or bench press or deadlift. The last thing you want to do is just do some cardio and lose all your gains. That's the biggest concern that I've had over the years, is that cardio is an endurance thing, right? I'm trying to get stronger in the 1 to 5 range. Specifically, really, I just want to get strongest at my 1 rep max. Doing thousands of freaking reps with running or climbing stairs or biking, conventional wisdom would say that is actually taking you further away from that ability to express 1 rep maxing. This has always been my concern, and I reckon the majority of people out there don't do cardio, not because they don't want to do cardio, it's because they are concerned about them losing that physique, them losing that strength. Most people, I would think, that go to the gym are interested in getting bigger muscles and stronger muscles. I know from my perspective, I'm not interested so much in how I look, although I don't want to look like a fat dude, unfit guy. I still want to have a nice shape, but my primary goal is to be strong. And if you said to me 5 years ago, or even freaking a couple of months ago, start running, it's going to be good for you, I'll be like, no, man, I'm interested in squatting 300, deadlifting 300. That is going to take me further away from the goal. I've been doing now cardio, for the last 9 days. The reason I'm saying, cardio in a funny way is because I haven't really been doing cardio because my lower leg musculature is so not ready for me to run properly. Properly in the sense that I will be taxing my cardiovascular system. Right now, I'm just running, and the rate limiting step for me is the plantar fascia and the back of my, the calf. Basically, that Achilles foot calf complex is so weak, the foot structure is so weak that after a 500 meter run, after a 1,000 meter run, I'm there fatiguing in that. I'm not even breathing hard. So I've kind of been doing that. You would say that it's some sort of cardio doing, the runs that I've been doing. And today I decided to hit some deadlifting. The last time I tried doing deadlifting within this 9-day span, I couldn't hit 260. And that's where the seed was planted that, oh my God, I might be actually losing strength with all these runs. Today, I was able to hit 260. And I've been running every single day for the last 9 days. And so to know that I'm able to hit 260 tells me I'm not getting weaker. And is that a bloody relief? It is a huge relief for me to know that I can continue on this running expedition, on this running arc of my journey, without worrying that I'm going to get weaker. Now, when I think about running, when I think about cycling, I think about some of these examples that I have in my head of guys who are way stronger than me and are able to run. Think about the NFL. I do not watch the NFL, but I always hear about stories about the NFL combine. Some of these dudes are freaking specimens, man. They're able to run 100 meters like a 10, 11 seconds, whatever they run. 100 meter sprint. That's massively impressive, right? And they're able to sit on the bench press and rep 100 kilo bench press for 30 reps. This is a guy that ran a 10 and a half or 11 second 100 meter, and he sits down on the bench in the same combine and knocks out 30 or 40 freaking reps with the 100 kilos. This guy is strong. He's able to express it in a powerful way as a runner, and he's fit. He's a fit guy. He's not afraid of running. If you think about some of the best athletes that I've seen in the NBA, they're strong. They're strong people. They are cardiovascularly strong as well. So I think the attraction for me is with these, the combination of these two disciplines, the fitness, the endurance side of it, and the strength side of it, is that you can be strong and fit at the same time. And I will go a step further. I'm sure a lot of you guys will agree with this, that these two actually help each other. They don't compete for one or the other, right? If you are fit cardiovascularly, right, if you have really good general physical preparedness, you are able to recover better from the strength workouts that you do. I've spoken about this in the past few months extensively. if you just simply finish your workout with some sort of cardio, I've experimented with doing a set of 50, with the squat. You wake up the following day and you're feeling fresher. It's really interesting. Like, you do your 5x5 or you do your whatever you end up doing with the working sets. You just finish with some sort of flushing movement. It doesn't really matter what it is, as long as it's like a compound kind of movement. Whether it's a squat, whether it's a run, whether it's whatever it is. If you're doing bench press, finish off with like a set of 30 or 40. It does something to it. Your body gets that pump, and with the pump comes with the resources, comes the blood, perfusion. You can't get nutrients into these structures that you've just smashed through diffusion in air. You just have to eat and it's going to happen. No, you need to get the blood into those areas. That's where healing happens. And if you think about it from a medical point of view, the people that have diabetes, people that have vasculopathy, dysfunction of the circulation system, for whatever reason, they have narrowing of those arterioles, capillary networks, and some of these distal portions of our body. Let's say the toes for diabetics, they step on something sharp, a wound is created, and that wound takes 6 months to heal. Why? Because the blood is not going in there like a normal non-diabetic person. The blood is thick, the vessels are damaged, they're narrow, and you just simply can't get in. It's like the traffic jam. It's like trying to put a semi-trailer through my freaking street. It's not going to freaking happen, man. You can't fit. You can't make the turn. That's why these structures don't heal with people that have trouble with circulation. So on the other scale, we athletes, us people who are trying to get better, we want better circulation. We want better roadworks to these sites, these damaged muscles of ours. So if you finish that workout with a set of 50 or a run, as I've recently found, or a climb on the stairs, and you just get like sub-maximal volume through that body, just lots and lots of blood just passing through the place, you wake up the next day less sore, more ready to train again. And the craziest thing is, as I've learned, is you're actually more hungrier. So not only do you get the blood in those areas, but you actually develop an appetite for to consume and then take it to the area through the circulation increase as well. So being fit is freaking beneficial for everyone involved, man. Whether you are a Kipchoge running a freaking 42K, or whether you're somebody chasing a 300 kilo squat, there is no excuse for being not fit. Just get fit, man. Today I was able to hit 260 after all this running. And back in my mind, I'm like, yes, I'm so freaking glad that's the case. I'm so freaking glad that I can continue doing these runs without that fear, that bro sound to the back of my mind. Oh, what are you doing, bro? Like, you're going for a run? Don't you want to squat? I thought you were a squatter. I thought you were a bench presser. I thought you were a deadlifter. Why are you running, man? It's like that bro science, and I believed it, man. I really, really believed it. I kind of stumbled upon this freaking running business, because I was like, okay, I need to strengthen my feet. I need to strengthen my dorsiflexion. I've got flat feet. Something is going wrong there. That's a symptom of something deeper. My below knee musculature is weak. Of course it's going to be weak, man. I don't play sport. I don't run. I don't do anything. I just freaking walk around and squat and deadlift. Of course it's going to be, weak. So I've kind of stumbled upon this idea. Now I'm running and I'm loving it. Fellas, like, for years I've been telling you I've got intermittent hip pain. Every time I hit a lot of volume, bang, hip pain. Every time I hit volume in the squat, I would get that inkling pain, like, oh God, here we go again. Since I've started running, man, I feel like a freaking ballerina, man. I don't know what it is. I don't know whether it's the aspect of the circulation, whether it's the aspect of the unilateral nature of running, whether it's the aspect of just simply lots of volume, right? How many steps do you do when you run 500 meters? At least 1,000, right? That's what I'm thinking. Every step is half a meter, right? So 500 meters is 1,000 steps. When do you do anything for 1,000 reps? The fact that you can do running for 1,000 freaking reps and wake up and not feel smashed, like my quads are not smashed, like they would be with a serious squat workout. Yeah, they've been sore a few times, but it's nothing severe. Like, I'm not struggling to sit on the toilet. everything that I've been mentioning so far is a benefit. Obviously, the dose is the poison. The poison, as they say, is in the dose. So if you start running 25 Ks before you squat, you're going to be inhibited. Inhibited because, well, you're running out of freaking energy. Like you've depleted the liver stores of energy, the glycogen in your muscles. You're going to be depleted from like a resource point of view. You don't have enough fuel. You probably spent a lot of that sodium and potassium and calcium required for that nervous function to happen, for that electrical impulses to happen. So you just wasted all of the resources. So you need to be smart how you do things. But man, 1,000-meter run. I mean, I have not run a 2,000-meter run yet in one hit. I've done 1,000 pre, 1,000 post session. I've done that. But something along those lines. You're running for 10, 15 minutes, man. It's not a big deal, man. It's only going to prepare you. It's only going to make you stronger as a human being. And it's healthy. Let's not forget about all of that, guys. It's freaking healthy. I'm not an old guy or whatever, but as we age, you naturally start to think about health. I want to make it to 70. I want to make it to 80. And I just want to make these arbitrary numbers. I actually want to be fit. I want to squat when I'm 70. You bet $1 I want to squat when I'm 70. I want to squat when I'm 80. Whatever. I want to die in the squat rack at 90 years old. That's a freaking happy way to pass, man. That is a representation that I have been blessed with quality of life until the last freaking second. Because if you're squatting, ATG, right, at 90 years old, that tells me a lot, man. You probably have pretty good balance. You probably have really good bone density. You probably have decent amount of muscles on you. You're not going to trip over and break your hip if you can squat ATG. And we know how deadly falls are in the elderly. Somebody falls over, breaks their hip. What happens next? Off you go to surgery. You get your new hip. Maybe you have a month, maybe 2 months of reduced activity at home for whatever reason, right? Some people spend 7 days in bed after their fall of the fracture of the hip. They go into heavy anesthetics to get the surgery done. That plays with their mind. They end up in bed for 7 days. What happens when somebody lies in bed for 7 days? Blood clots happen. You can get a blood clot in your lungs, in your legs, anywhere. And obviously, people get pneumonia. This is like the textbook way people pass away in hospital. Elderly. They fall, they go to hospital, they fix the hip. Because of their laying around for 7 days, they get a pneumonia, they pass away. How many times have I seen people pass away like that? It's like the most frequent way of people naturally dying from old age. You fall, you break a bone, you have the surgery, you're inactive for 7 days. That activity essentially kills you through a pneumonia or through a blood clot. If you remain strong within your limbs, within your body, if you can squat, essentially, you ain't falling, man. If you fall, you're going to be able to break the fall, or you're going to have the muscle and bone density to withstand that trauma from the fall. I think fitness is a great thing. The powerlifting culture, the Olympic weightlifting culture, not so much the CrossFit, strongman even less so than powerlifting. Everyone's afraid to run. Part of me is like, man, I want to get on this running journey. I'm finding so many beautiful things about it. If I can prove that I can improve my squat and deadlift while training to run that 5-minute mile, oh man, that's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing. That is a beautiful thing to achieve, because if you think about the athletes that we idolize, that we watch, what do we call them? Athletes. Why do we call them athletes? Because they're athletic. What is athleticism? Essentially to run and jump, if I'm not mistaken. How many of us run or jump? Are we athletes? If you want to be an athlete, you got to train like an athlete, right? I'm not talking about running a marathon or whatever. Just run a little bit, man. Run a little bit and see the benefits. I'm not asking you to train for a marathon. I don't know if you can lose anything if you run correctly. Start slow. Don't freaking get plantar fasciitis. Don't snap your freaking Achilles or your calf. Don't be a numbskull. Start slow, build up, and watch your numbers, your strength numbers, not only maintain, but potentially even improve. and he fucking do that in the next few months, he fucking hit that 270 deadlift, man, I'm going to be one happy chappy. I appreciate all of you guys, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.